everybody. Big news today. Wow, I love it. President Trump has just unofficially endorsed VP JD Vance and Marco Rubio as the ticket for the 2028 presidential election. Guys, this is big. Bannon and others were trying to push Trump to run for a 2028 third term, but he says he is not seeking a third term. Trump says JD Vance is doing a great job and is likely to already be the favorite candidate in 2028 with Marco Rubio by his side to create the best running mate possible. Not only has Trump just pulled back on all of the talk of, hey, he's not going to run the 2028, guys. He has just endorsed a JD Vance Rubio ticket. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, if you support that as well. That's pretty big. He's already telling everybody, don't get in the race. We're going to put these guys forth because these are MAGA guys. Not only that, Trump has just pulled back billions and billions of Biden green scam subsidies that he is now putting these billions of dollars back into the Doge account. Guys, everybody was asking about it. We saw it in the chat. Everybody said, can Trump pull back on the spending that Biden did in the last minute, in the last few days of his presidency? And Trump just did a massive pullback. He has already abruptly canceled a massive wind farm approved in the final moments of the Biden administration, saving taxpayers $2+ billion in savings. He's also pulled back on more solar subsidies, saving the taxpayers additional billions of dollars. This was all happening last minute, guys. Biden's payout to all of his friends, trying to get all this green new scam stuff, and it's been officially clawed back. Huge savings. And what does this increase? This increases the Doge dividend, the Doge savings, guys. And it's not just that. I told you guys, big news today. Donald Trump has just signed an executive order imposing an additional 25% tariff on India, one of our largest trading partners, in response to its continued purchase of Russian oil. They're helping to fuel no pun intended, the Russian-Ukraine war. So more tariffs means more tariff revenue, which means larger tariff rebate checks, guys. This is beautiful. We also have it where, again, the dang Democrats are so slimy and sneaky, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. So they were wanting $6.5 billion from Trump to extort him for Trump's judicial nominees. Well, guess what? They've come back and now they only want $2 billion in order to push through Trump's nominees. These radical left-wing Democrats are trying to get every single penny that they can to try to fund their little slush fund projects, and Trump said no again. He said these are grand extortionists that have been doing this for decades, and it stops now. Let me know your thoughts on that, guys, because I love it that Trump has a backbone and he's standing up to the Democrats and not continuing to waste taxpayer money on all these frivolous projects that nobody has any idea about. We have it where Senator Adam Schiff is he's literally a sitting senator, guys, from California, is now under criminal investigation by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Maryland for possible mortgage fraud. A source in the Trump administration has told us. We also have, I'm telling you guys, get ready. Go ahead, take a seat. Today's a big show. Get some popcorn. Let's have a good time, because the Assistant Attorney General Dillon has just announced that they are now taking the steps to sue states like California, Minnesota, even North Carolina over ineligible voters on their voter rolls, prepping for the midterm elections as well as the 2028 elections. They're challenging race-based redistricting, demanding voter eligibility verification, and they are working to protect ballot access for all citizens. Hear that, guys? Citizens, not illegals, citizens. This is coming from the Assistant Attorney General of the United States, guys. We're not playing around today. Trump is doing a fantastic job in making moves, announcing the next steps, and people are loving it. Want to say thank you so much to everybody who is watching, to all of our subscribers and viewers. Guys, y'all are the best. Thank you so much for all that you do. If you're not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button, joining our family so that we can serve you every day with the top news. A lot is going on right now, guys, and you know we bring the receipts here at TrueLife News. I want to say thank you to all of our members of the channel, guys, and thank you to everybody that gives a super chat donation. We're so thankful for all that you do. I want to give some special love to T Heavy Guy, already gifting 10 TrueLife News memberships. If you got a free membership from T Heavy Guy, show him some love in the chat, growing the TrueLife News family. And if you don't mind doing this, a massive, huge favor of hitting that thumbs up like button, guys. Again, today's a big show. Trump has unofficially endorsed VP Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio as the 2028 ticket for the Republican Party. He has clawed back so much billions of dollars from the Green New Scam subsidies. And guys, I just love it. More and more of this crazy left-wing propaganda stuff is coming out, but Trump is going to get them. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Check this. Did you just hear that? If they do not testify, the House can vote to hold them in contempt, and they can literally put them in jail just like they did Bannon, just like they did Navarro. And it's not just them. It's coming to old Shifty Schiff, guys. Shifty Schiff is also under criminal investigation by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Maryland for possible mortgage fraud. Guys, nobody is safe on the Democrat side. They've literally called out Obama for treason, Hillary Clinton, Shifty Schiff, Comer, Brennan, all of them. Comey, Brennan, all of them. Clapper, tell me, is this not what we voted for? Promises made, promises kept to hold these people accountable. Did you just hear that? Epstein was a co-founder of the Clinton and all that, like, fundraising, guys. Just look at this. I'm telling you, we dropped the receipts here, guys. Guess what? Ghislaine Maxwell has officially cleared Trump in the DOJ interview, saying that Trump didn't do anything inappropriate. He was never involved with Epstein. And this is what I love, guys, is that regardless of what's happening, we reportedly get more and more people that say that, look, Trump hated Epstein. Epstein was trying to take people from his Mar-a-Lago. He saw him as disgusting. And remember, guys, Trump doesn't drink. Trump's never smoked. He's never done drugs. He's always been a very clean guy. Very hard, very business-minded, but always been a clean guy. And if you appreciate this, guys, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, thank you so much for your support. Carla Thomas, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go. And Fred Samuel, thank you so much for the super chat. We don't have enough information on what's going on the Georgia Army base, but we will keep you updated. But this right here, guys, again, developing story. All the transcripts are starting to come out. Trump was not involved. Trump hated Epstein, hated everything that he did, and Trump is clean. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please put it in the chat. Who do you want to see in prison for all this stuff? I want you to put their name, and then I just want you to put prison. Whether it's Clinton, prison, Obama, prison, Clapper, prison, Shifty Schiff, prison. Just put it, because I'm telling you, when somebody like that says, what difference does it? Guys, again, guys, I love it. Because it's one thing right after another. This breaking news just dropped, guys. Biden team is ready to drop dirt on Harris if she comes after him, Mark Halperin says. Like, you literally cannot make up how quickly the Democrats are turning on each other. Guys, look at this breaking news. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is insane that we are literally getting to report that Biden team is ready to drop dirt. And this is reported by Fox, guys, on Harris if she comes after him. You can't make this stuff up. The Democrats they have shown themselves to be very, what does Trump say, low IQ? They're not trustworthy. They're not loyal. This is insane, guys. Nacho, thank you so much for getting 5 TrueLife News memberships, guys. Show Nacho some love in the chat for growing the family. And Jim Barbato, thank you so much for the super chat. I love it. Guys, show Jim some love in the chat. Having fun, giving, donating. Guys, thank you so much for your support. This is huge. I love it, guys. Show him some love in the chat. Jim and Nacho. We've got all this breaking news that's coming out, guys. It's hilarious. The Dems cannot help but literally destroy themselves right now. They just need to crawl into a hole, shut up, and let us take on the next 20 years, and we'll just take care of America. Again, and it's what I love is that what you can bet on with Trump is he will never hold back from exposing the darkness, exposing the evil, the corruption, guys. And again, doubling down on what they're trying to do. This is what Trump just posted. Politically embattled Senator crying Chuck Schumer wants the Republicans to pay as extortion $2 billion in order for the radical left Democrats to approve the hundreds of Trump appointees who have been waiting for months and are raring to go. This has never happened before. There has never in U.S. history been such a delay. They are extortionists. Republicans must create legislation in order to get out of the grasp of these country-hating thugs. Move quickly. He's literally calling the Senate Minority Leader a thug, guys. Because again, too, they are literally acting like the mafia when they're trying to extort $2 billion. And what I love is we've got Shifty Schiff under federal criminal investigation for alleged fraud. We've got Trump, who's officially pulled back. And the wind farms, all over 57,000 acres that Biden was going to spend billions of dollars to put all these dang wind farms on, guys. All this stuff Trump has just removed. Trump has just nixed all that spending. Billions and billions of dollars, because all this was last minute. It was all approved by Biden. We know that's not the truth. And what I love is that, again, too, giving it back to the Doge savings account. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. I want to say thank you to everybody. If you don't mind doing us a huge favor of hitting that thumbs up like button. Thank you so much for your support. Demo G, welcome to the family. Robert Cash, thank you so much, brother, for the super chat. Said we are a family. We want accountability, the truth, and justice. Go MAGA, go TrueLife News. Guys, don't forget to show Jim Barbato. First time giving a super chat on the stream, guys. Show Jim some love, as well as T Heavy Guy for gifting 10 True Life News memberships. And thank you so much, D Adams, for the super chat. Said Judgment Day is waiting for us all, wicked ones and righteous ones. Guys, show D Adams some love in the chat, because again, all the bombshell news that's coming out today, all the insider news, we're bringing it to you guys. This is huge, huge, and I love it. Listen to this.
To drop it, breaking the law, exposing the weaponization of America's legal system against Donald Trump. Did you ever think that it would drop at the perfect time that people would need a primer on this?
Yeah, you always fantasize about this. You know this firsthand. You've experienced this. You've been politically persecuted for this on a personal level. Your audience knows this better than any group on the planet. And this is not going to stop. This is their path to take back power. They have no other path. Their ideas stink. Their leaders stink. This is it. It's the lawfare. That's what it's all about.
Editor-in-chief of Breitbart News. So, Alex, even today's show, we go from Austin. We're talking about the battle in Illinois. They're going to go to court on Friday. When he vacates this, they'll have him right in court. They're impaneling a grand jury in South Florida. They're bringing evidence on not just seditious conspiracy, but also Jack Smith and what he did. The House is now sending out not just a list of stuff on Epstein, but they're also going to now come forward with a list on what's happening about going after President Trump for years. And on top of all that, we have 175 different lawsuits to deny President Trump his Article 2 powers, because they understand to delay is to deny. Is that this is what it's down to. They got this. And you can see Bolsonaro's arrested last night under house arrest now, and they're throwing another charge on him for a coup d'etat. You see Marine Le Pen's got 4 years in prison. It's still kind of up in the air how that's going to do it. Is this what they got, and this is where they're going to bring the heat?
Steve, thank you. I got 3 big points for you. The first one is people have not fully looked at the connective tissue of all of these cases. This is one of the biggest conspiracies, if not the biggest conspiracy of the 21st century, and we just blew through it. Donald Trump had to take on 6 major cases at a time. It's not just Jack Smith. Jack Smith was a blatantly unconstitutional appointment according to our U.S. Constitution and the Appointments Clause, and yet he was allowed to operate with impunity with no checks and balances whatsoever for 18 months. He was put in there by Merrick Garland. We know that means Joe Biden. I want to know the extent of the conspiracy. I want to know every conversation that took place. You look at cases like the Stormy Daniels case, the only case that had a conviction. They sent a guy from the top of the DOJ, Matthew Colangelo, who's the 3rd most powerful guy at the DOJ. He was in line to be an FBI director or a Supreme Court justice or a cabinet secretary. He goes down and takes a junior level job for Alvin Bragg in Manhattan to do what? To bag Trump and I would presume communicate with the White House as well. What's that about, Steve? That's like taking a 4-star general off the field and putting him in the Army Reserves as a private. It's the same as taking someone off the center field for the New York Yankees and throwing him down to coach T-ball. That's what they were doing. Why are they doing this? It's all a vast conspiracy, and it's each and every case. Nathan Wade, the family lawyer who was put on the Fonnie Willis case, taking 8-hour meetings at the White House. What's he discussing in those meetings? We know what he's discussing. We have brains, and we just stop caring about this. We stopped caring about this conspiracy against rights for Donald Trump. It's not just Jack Smith. He's part of a massive lawfare superstructure.
Guys, and don't tell me that left wings aren't trying to push a certain narrative. Let me just show you guys, because I just love bringing receipts, and I hope you love this too. Look at the top news article when it comes to Jack Smith from MSNBC. The 3 biggest problems with the new and unwarranted investigation into Jack Smith. Really? 3 biggest problems in the new and unwarranted investigation? Are you kidding me? The people that read this garbage, guys, it just blows my mind how biased this is, explicitly showing people. Look at this. It's the top article. Then you got The Hill, who you would think The Hill would be more conservative, more centered, says ex-federal prosecutor says Jack Smith charges are the last thing Trump would want. This is all coming from, I like ABC News. I don't like ABC News, but I like their title of Office of Special Counsel says it's open to Hatch Act probe of Jack Smith. Okay, that's neutral. Watchdog agency launches probe into former Trump prosecutor Jack Smith. CNN, neutral. MSNBC's just lost it. But this just shows you, look what's put at the top, the things that are a negative against Trump. This is why, again, guys, I show you this stuff. We bring you the receipts. They're going to try and do everything to try to control the narrative. That's why we're here, bringing you the facts, showing you for yourself what the heck is actually going on. Because whether it's Jack Smith, whether it's Shifty Schiff, guys, they all... You don't bring 6 investigations, indictments against a sitting president in the year that he's campaigning for the presidency. All 6 at the same time. Democrats weren't afraid to do anything. They knew if they could not do this, they would ultimately lose and Trump would become president, and then they would forever be lost and a lot of them will be put in jail. And the official investigation into Trump's prosecutor Jack Smith launched by the Office of Special Counsel. This is all official, guys. It's all happening. What I love is that we're gonna bring forth the facts, guys. I'm sorry about all this dang. I don't even know what this huge thing. People need to, they need to learn. Look. The ex-Trump prosecutor Jack Smith under investigation by Office of Special Counsel after claims of playing politics. No one is above the law, baby. George Masalis, brother, thank you so much for the super chat. He said it's jail time now. HRC, Shifty Schiff, Brock, and all of his conspirators, they all need to see bars now. 100%. And what I love, guys, is that, again, too, we're getting tidbits of what's actually happening. The Jack Smith's case also, guys, this is a big one too. The Jack Smith January 6th case against President in DC, that's also being looked at as well. And what I love is that the special counsel that is now under the president is making sure everything's out on the table, just like they did with the Russia collusion hoax. Declassify everything. Let everybody see in the United States that it was all orchestrated. Demo G, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Let's go. Jogo, thank you so much for gifting 5 True Life News memberships. Guys, show Jogo some love in the chat. If you got a free membership, growing the True Life News family. Guys, I'm telling you, we bring the receipts, and it is massive how much winning that justice, not just the Republicans, not just Democrats, but justice is getting right now.
The only way to beat it is to fight tooth and nail right now. I don't want this audience, and Steve, this is why I reached out to you specifically. You were one of them, and the reason why is because of the posse. You can only win this with a robust grassroots that's fully engaged, that's on a wartime footing, not taking a summer vacation because we're in off election season. No, the lawfare superstructure is working right now. They're working in Texas. They're working all over the country. They're trying to shut down what you guys earned by fighting and beating them in 2024. That's the point. That's the warning that we're trying to make.
It go to me the three. I want to go make sure we got it because the posse is on this. You said the connective tissue is number one. What's the second and third point?
The warning is number 2, that this is ongoing. It's happening right now. And the third point is that if we don't get the indictments, if we don't get the perp walks, if we don't get justice fully served to President Trump and people like you who suffered, there's still one way to get justice long term, and that's full engagement, winning elections, getting people who are engaged so we get the best appointments possible, making sure our leaders are not appointing any weak-kneed people who are going to roll over at the second the New York Times writes a negative headline about them. We can't ever let that.
And guys, just to give you some breaking news, this came out 4 minutes ago about what's happening at the Georgia Army base. Five soldiers were hit by the person who is carrying out, you know what, guys, there's just certain things you want to stay away from saying. I know it's crazy, but again, too, it is what it is, guys. 5 soldiers were hit at the Army base in Georgia over, you know what. So that's just to give you that breaking news that just happened. If you appreciate this, guys, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, this is officially breaking news, just came out 4 minutes ago.
Happen again, and maintaining that wartime footing, not immediately go into peacetime mode just because Trump won. That's the fear I've got, is that this movement will make that mistake. And if we're not going to make that mistake, it's going to start with audiences exactly like yours, Steve.
Well, I think here's the thing, and I keep telling people this, is that we got to stick the landing here. Because this is the greatest political crime. President Trump said this dwarfs Watergate or anything that came before it.
I agree.
Maybe the Kennedy assassination. Let's put a pin in that. But we have to do it. We have to stick the landing with indictments and perp walks. You can never say what's going to happen at trial, right? But these people have to be put. This has to be adjudicated before the nation. If we don't get to that point, I tell folks, I said, hey, look, you can anticipate that at least 5% of your hardest core base is just going to sit there and go, I can't believe it. If you didn't bring it home on this, and this is really taking apart the deep state, but particularly the thing that drives the deep state, and that's the interconnectedness in the lawfare that drives them. So I think your third point is one that, and that's why, hey, the audience this week, and this is, the Senate's gone, the House is gone. Our audience are as big as they are in a run-up to election. Why? Because this thing in Texas has metastasized at the same time. President Trump's calling out Obama and saying, hey, you're guilty of treason. That doesn't happen every day in American history, but now it's incumbent upon the apparatus, the Justice Department, these prosecutors. This is why I keep arguing for a special prosecutor, because they're too swamped. But if they're not, fine. But we must stick the landing, sir.
Do we take...
Guys, and I want to show you this too. I'm telling you, this Marco Rubio ticket, this is massive. Trump is 100% on board with this. Look who is meeting with this. Just got announced, guys, literally moments ago. Vance and Bondi and Patel. Okay? Vance, J.D. Vance, Vice President. You got Pam Bondi, Attorney General. Kash Patel, director of the FBI, have literally got together to huddle at the VP's residence for an Epstein strategy meeting. this just shows you how involved Vice President Vance is. Because I'm gonna tell you this, I don't remember. I honestly don't remember Kamala Harris doing pretty much anything. I don't remember Pence doing anything, and we knew Biden was doing something with his son. But this just shows you how involved Vice President Vance is when it comes to releasing and bringing transparency back to the American people and working with the top heads of the justice system, the Department of Justice, Attorney General Pam Bondi, over making sure that people get transparency. They know what's going on, guys. This is big. And again, it's all about transparency. They didn't have to tell us that this was happening, but they are telling us because, again, what Trump has just said about 2028 and what he's already rooting for, guys, this is big. Listen to this.
Said this morning that you probably won't be running for a third term. This weekend, Secretary of State Rubio said that he thought J.D. Vance would be a great nominee. You could clear the entire Republican field right now. Do you agree that the heir apparent to MAGA is J.D. Vance?
Well, I think most likely, in all fairness, he's the vice president. I think Marco is also somebody that maybe would get together with J.D. in some form. I also think we have incredible people, some of the people on the stage right here. So it's too early, obviously, to talk about it, but certainly he's doing a great job, and he would be probably favored at this point.
Guys, I'm telling you, this is big. And again, when you have this types of news coming out, that J.D. Vance, Pam Bondi, and Kash Patel are huddling at the VP's residence for an Epstein strategy meeting, they're going to expose everything. And they want to do it in the most strategic way to get the most impact against the Democrats to expose their corruption. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Teresa Naylor, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go. Guys, show Teresa some love in the chat. Guys, thank you so much for your blessings. Such beautiful giving, guys. I'm so thankful for this community. Y'all show Teresa some love in the chat. So Nacho some love in the chat for gifting 5 True Life News memberships, as well as Jogo for gifting 5 True Life News memberships. Jim Barbado, first time giver on the stream, guys. Thank you so much for your support.
Law and order seriously in this country? Do we take our democracy seriously in this country? Are we actually stewards of our Constitution? If we are, then we can't accept that there hasn't been a single person held accountable for the stuff I just laid out, not to mention the Russia stuff, and the list goes on. It needs to start. And there's another key component here. One of Trump's core appeals is promises made, promises kept. This audience was told, we were told, that there'd be accountability for someone. I don't think everyone thinks that Barack Obama is going to jail. I'm smart enough to know that's highly unlikely. But you know what I want to see? I want to see people try. I want to see people try to actually connect the dots, do a full investigation. And when they have people slipping up, which they will, if they turn over every stone, then those people do need to get perp-lopped. And they need to get treated way worse than anything that you saw and Trump saw, because you guys didn't do anything. You guys got wrapped up in a big dragnet to try to subvert an election. That is, if you guys go to jail for that, then what do you do for the people who are actually conspiring to nullify the vote of 80 million Americans?
Let's go back. I want to go back to and I think this is the attitude that's got to change. And I'm not saying Comer and these guys are not nice guys, but are good people, but they kind of play by the old playbook of the standard stock Republican establishment, right? You saw the investigations they had, and we didn't lay a glove on anybody, right? How does that have to change? Because one dramatic aspect of this is the executive branch, is Department of Justice, is these prosecutors going for the criminal part. The other is Congress also has to get involved here so that this can never happen again. And this includes defunding the deep state. What do you recommend we need to see out of the House and the Senate to make sure that we stick the landing there?
Yeah, I think that I lay out a pretty good blueprint of what are the subpoenas that need to happen, what are the specific investigations that need to take place. But I don't have subpoena power. I'm very limited as a citizen journalist. I do the best I can to connect dots. I don't think anyone really does it any better. But the thing is this is only a map for where things need to, where the pressure needs to be placed. And the pressure needs to be placed right away. There's an urgency here because they're gearing up for 2026 and 2028. Yep. The lawfare superstructure knows that they've drawn blood because someone who's not as tough as you, not as tough as a Pierre Navarro, not as tough as a Donald Trump. These types of people would have rolled over and caved a long time ago. They know that message was sent to the MAGA movement, and we are the ones who could potentially be living in fear when it should be them because they were the ones who were breaking the law. And so this is the point that needs to be made here, is that we need to make sure that there are not two tiers of justice in this country, because if there is, that 5% you're talking about are going to check out, and it's very hard for someone like me or you, Steve, to get behind the microphone and say that you were promised there's not going to be two tiers of justice, and there is, to tell you to go and vote for the people who didn't get the job done. That's why your point about sticking the landing is crucial. It is absolutely crucial. We start seeing the receipts and the results.
Guys, and again, too, like, I'm bringing you the receipts today. So much is happening when it comes to this redistricting, the GOP's advantage if we do redistrict away from the DEI districting, guys, where they literally gerrymandered so many blue states to push forward a blue, just completely blue Congress. Carla Thomas, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go. Guys, show Carla some love in the chat. This is big, big news, guys, because again, with this changing up of the districting in Texas, Texas and Florida can grab 10 seats alone. You throw in Ohio, Indiana, Missouri, and a couple others, that Republicans could just literally add 25 seats. And this is what the map looks like, guys. Isn't that nuts? That we predominantly were red. It's just a very, very few strategic places that make it seem like we're half and half when we're really not. I also want to show you this too, guys, because again, the Assistant Attorney General, Dylan, is making some massive, massive changes, suing a lot of states to fix the voter rolls, all these DEI districts, getting ready for the 2026 midterms. This came out this morning. This is massive, massive news.
Our constitutional duty is to protect the right to vote for all Americans. 60 years ago, Congress passed the Voting Rights Act of 1965 to confront the brutal reality that too many Americans were being denied their rightful access to the ballot. The Voting Rights Act came at a critical time in our nation's history and was the catalyst of necessary change. This landmark law removed barriers to voting. It outlawed poll taxes and literacy tests and gave the federal government the tools to stop discriminatory barriers at the ballot box. Today, under the leadership of President Trump and Attorney General Pam Bondi, this Civil Rights Division is continuing to protect equal and transparent ballot access with vigilance and resolve. We are investigating violations of federal voting laws. We're ensuring that all 50 states have and continue to have clean voter rolls. We are challenging efforts to suppress or dilute the vote. We are attacking illegal race-based gerrymandering, and we are protecting ballot access for all Americans. We have sued jurisdictions such as North Carolina for not registering voters properly by first verifying their eligibility. We have notified Texas of grave concerns about congressional districts drawn with racial motivations, and we are suing other jurisdictions where there is evidence of ineligible voters on their voter rolls. Our job is to make it easier to vote and harder to cheat. On this anniversary, we honor the Voting Rights Act, not just by remembering it, but by enforcing it for all Americans. And that's my promise to you.
Guys, I'm telling you, Trump's team is kicking butt right now. Like, this is massive. That you actually have the Assistant Attorney General coming out and saying, hey, we're kind of going to go and sue over ineligible voters on rolls. We're going to challenge the race-based redistricting to make sure that it's fair. We're going to demand voter eligibility verification so we have voter ID laws. Like, this is what we voted for. This is literally coming from the DOJ at the highest level, guys. This is, again, these lawsuits suing states is what's going to bring the red wave. If you support this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, guys, this is promises made, promises kept. Denise Clark, custom art, thank you so much for the super chat. OG of the channel. Says, surfing the red wave, come join in. Massive changes are finally working for the American people. I love it. Y'all show Denise some love in the chat, as well as April Green. Thank you so much for the super chat. OG of the channel as well. I love it. Teresa Naylor, welcome to the family. And also, thank you for gifting 5 TrueLife News memberships. If you got a free membership from Teresa, show her some love in the chat, guys. We are growing this TrueLife News family. We're bringing the truth. We're showing you everything that's going on, guys. And what I love is that as much as they want to try, and as they did try to silence Americans, conservatives across the board, Trump and us, we're transparent. We show everything.
Everybody stop what you're doing. There's a man on the top of the White House.
Mr. President, what are you doing up there?
Come down and talk to us.
What are you building?
It's another way to spend my money for the country. Anything I do is financed by me, so you don't have to worry. It's contributed. Just like my salary is contributed, but nobody ever mentions that.
He's probably checking to see if there's a sloped roof. You can't be too careful. Builder Trump is the best Trump. He's taking a big, beautiful look at his big, beautiful renovations. And once that big, beautiful ballroom gets erected, he's probably not going to want to leave.
I got the highest vote in the history of Texas, a record that they say won't be beaten unless I run again.
Are you going to run again? The
No,
Constitution.
probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
Probably doing a lot of work there. Before he was on the roof, he called into CNBC and told them to fact check him, and they did.
Here we go. So you did get the highest number of votes in Texas, so that's true. But when you were talking
okay, then you don't have to say anything more, Joe.
I got to say this.
No, don't say anything more. Don't qualify it by saying,
No, I'm
I
not
got
gonna,
the highest number of votes.
You did.
In the
you
history
did. I'm moving
of
on.
Texas.
I'm moving on.
The media is being whipped into shape.
Let's
but
go.
not the Democrats. Trump says they're a lost cause.
The Democrat Party is self-destructing. I mean, when you have low IQ people like Crockett, I wonder if she's any relationship to the late, great Davy Crockett. She's a very low IQ person. Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding. The Democrats are lost. They have Trump derangement syndrome so bad that they can't walk, they can't talk,
I mean.
they don't know where they're going.
Democrats can't walk or talk, but they think they can throw a punch.
We are not only going to punch you back, but we are going to knock you out.
We are ready to fight fire with fire. No butter knife to the gunfight. We are ready to bring the fire, bring the heat.
This is not the Democratic Party of your grandfather, right? Which would bring a pencil to a knife fight. We're bringing a knife to a knife fight.
This is an all-out war, and everything is on the table.
The fight's in Texas. And Democrats took a private plane to Chicago, checked into the hotel, ordered room service, and FaceTimed CNN from their foxhole 1,000 miles away. Democrats are like a boxer. Talked a lot of trash during the weigh-in, and when the bell rings, they just dance around and they never let their hands go. Jazzy, not to be confused with Davy Crockett, says that's called spice.
I am standing here with one of my faves right here, honey.
Yes.
Listen, and guess what? Neither one of us are in Texas. You know why? Because we know that it is time to stand up, rise up, and fight back against these fools that think that we're weak. One thing that they should know, when it comes to a black woman and a Latina,
That's right.
they're about to get a little spice, okay?
Jelly's.
You know what's so funny, guys? It's so hilarious to think that that's what they think people want to see, or they're being their true selves. When you're not there, it's not about you. You are elected by we the people to serve us. And I love it, guys. Again, like this right here, this is going to be the extension of Donald Trump's legacy. He wants J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio to run together if they will agree. More news is coming out on this for the 2028 election. Vance as the president, Marco Rubio is VP, and I think it would be a great ticket. And they would continue the MAGA, and they would continue putting America first, common sense policies. It makes me just to think that like that Jasmine Crockett, and again too, guys, there's videos of her speaking before she got her little thug life in, and she spoke eloquently, and she spoke with mannerism, and just such a nice mannerism. And yet now it's all about we got to sound like we're thugs, and we got to sound like we got spice, and we're going to fight you and do whatnot. And it's like, no, people want to hear that you are going to serve them and put them first, not dang illegals. And that's what's going to continue with a J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio ticket. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Says it's time to fight, and then she left. The real Davy Crockett died fighting for Texas at the Alamo. That's real bravery. The real Davy Crockett gave his life so Jazzy can paint resist on her fingernails, then flee north and hide behind JB back ribs. But after Democrats crossed state lines, they said they're not actually on the run.
You know, the press, y'all been getting something wrong. I've been seeing a lot of headlines that say that these Texas legislators are fleeing. These Texas legislators ain't fleeing. These Texas legislators are fighting.
Yeah. You fought by running away.
Well, if a man can be a woman, then fleeing is the new fighting. But Texas voters, when they look at these legislators, they see deserters. They want Democrats to fight for them, not for their own political power.
Exactly.
You know they're out of ammo when they compare gerrymandering to gas chambers.
People are like, well, how did the Holocaust happen? How was somebody in a position to kill all them people? Well, good people remain silent. Or good people didn't realize that what happens to them can very soon happen to me or somebody I love.
The Democrats have compared a lot of things to the Holocaust, but this is the first time I think they've ever equated redistricting to genocide. Kind of how they think. When you lose your job, learn to code. When they lose their job, it's a human atrocity. These jobs aren't even that important. The Texas legislature only meets once every 2 years. All these people have second jobs. Every day they don't show up to work, Texas is going to slap them with a $500 fine. But Democrats are pulling a Hunter. They say they won't pay.
That is not a law, it's a House rule. And these House rules are written by Republicans and passed by Republicans. They are subservient to state law and the state constitution and the U.S. Constitution. So I think we have a lot to say about what we think of these fines, but nobody's scared.
Texas Democrat.
And you know what I love, guys, is that, again, they can say whatever they want, but justice is coming. If you appreciate this, guys, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button. Obama grand jury is going to be convening in Florida. This is because remember, when the grand jury probe into the Russia collusion hoax that is happening, Obama, Clinton, Brennan, Clapper, Comey, Jack Smith, all of them. We've shown you, and I'm going to show you even again, what percentage of the grand jury probes results in indictments. 99.99% of the time that a grand jury convenes, indictments are issued. And what are indictments? They're criminal. They're literally, you are being criminally charged, and you're gonna appear before a court in a grand jury for your crimes. And this is where Trump is smart. There's too much blue in DC still. They're trying to clean it out, but there's still much blue. They're pushing for Florida, where it's more of a red state, a state that would hold these crazy people accountable for doing a coup against a sitting president, lying to the American people, and making sure that we see justice. So this is some big breaking news, guys, that came out this morning, The Obama grand jury convening in Florida. This is amazing. And not only that, again, I just have to say it because if you didn't get it, 99.99% of the time, a grand jury probe starts, indictments are issued, and these are criminal charges against the people involved.
Say the only way you get them out is in handcuffs.
Tried to arrest you? Would you resist that attempt?
No, if law enforcement arrests me, I will go peacefully.
Democrats are dying to get arrested, trust me. So they can say, Abbott's a slave catcher. They're going to poke their head out of the Hyatt, they're going to get arrested, they're going to get flown home, and then the bill's going to get passed. Just so they can tell their base, see, I'm a fighter. I got arrested for Texas. Trump says they could either do it the easy way or the hard way.
I think they've abandoned the state. Nobody's seen anything like it, even though they've done it twice before. And in a certain way, it almost looks like they've abandoned the state. It looks very bad. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Should the FBI get involved? Should the FBI get involved?
Well, they may have to. You can't just sit it out. You have to go back. You have to fight it out. That's what elections are all about.
The media is admitting Trump's right again.
I think it's a bad look for a party that claims to be always trying to protect the democracy is to hole up in a state that gerrymanders, the state of Illinois.
Democrats rigged the game, and now they're whining that Republicans are winning by the very rules they wrote. Just like they're whining about Pam Bondi investigating Comey, Clapper, and Brennan. Sorry, these are the new rules.
Yes.
Not every Democrat's happy about how this is going down. Mayor Johnson says, JB back, don't forget about your boys in Chicago.
As much as I appreciate Illinois helping out people from Texas, the South Side and the West Side could use that same level of energy.
JB Back's given free hotel rooms to migrants and now fleabagging Texans. But the guys on the South Side, they can't even get a good rate at the Holiday Inn. Obama's wingman, he's telling Texas Democrats to just hole up in the Windy City forever. And if they don't, Republicans will steal the next election.
If you want to play with fire, and that's what we're doing here, you put in a bunch of partisan hacks who are not supposed to be in the House, who are there because of gerrymandering and a whole range of other things that Republicans are doing, and then put at risk the possibility that that body would not certify who the next president was. That's why this is a national problem.
Guys, don't you love it that the Democrat Party are literally the party that created gerrymandering, and now they're crying about it, that we're trying to remove the gerrymandering and actually do it the right way? Like, this is mind-blowing. I want to show you this, the Wall Street Journal, the tariff effect, billions in revenue, but no economic earthquake. U.S. tariffs are higher than they have been in decades. Their effects have been mild. 6 months into the experiment, with more tariff announcements likely in the coming days, the economy has not crashed. From the Wall Street Journal, baby. Guys, we know the Wall Street Journal has always kind of leaned a little left. Now they're trying to be more center. Now they're trying to appeal more to a broader base. This was so big that Rapid Response 47, this is from the White House, posted this because it's just that mind-blowing that people are starting to see more common sense. They want more common sense policies. That's what we voted for. And again, too, with what's coming out, guys, I love this. I don't know about y'all, but I love it that the Trump wins are just piling up. Not like Trump has not been afraid to tariff people. Trump wasn't afraid to secure the border. Trump wasn't afraid to go out and literally stop already essentially 6 wars and get peace treaties, get ceasefire deals signed. Like, this is what I love. This is what the President of the United States should be doing. If you appreciate this, guys, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, that is just like, to me, that is what USA represents. And y'all see it right here, guys. The picture where Trump was almost taken out. Thanks to everybody. Like, it's just, when we see common sense, it changes everything, guys. And I want to say, like, what you're about to see next, more policy wins, more executive orders,
Fox News contributor and author of Trump's Triumph, America's Greatest Comeback. Welcome back, Newt. Can I just get a word in? You know, this story in the front page of the Wall Street Journal, very important. It drove up stocks. Very underestimated, you know, 100% expensing, full depreciation, even on building a new factory, is going to give these companies huge new cash flows. And they can raise workforce wages, they can train people better, they can give shareholders more returns. Well, I mean, this is almost an underrated point, but I think it's a very important point. What do you think?
Well, look, I think that if you take the combination of the one big beautiful bill with enormous breakthroughs in both taxes and regulations, you combine that with the relative effect for manufacturing of the tariffs, and you combine that with Trump's going around the planet picking up sales for American goods and picking up investments for America, I think by next summer we're going to be in the Trump boom. It's going to be very real, and it's going to create a choice for the voters next year between a Trump boom on the one hand and the Democrats' gloom on the other hand. The imagery you just showed of Schumer could hardly be better. I mean, these guys are proud of having stopped the American people from having the folks they want run the federal government. I think as the country understands what a deliberate strategy this is, they're going to be very unhappy that the Democrats are deliberately trying to keep the Biden people in charge despite the election.
But let's continue that discussion, because I think Mr. Schumer is missing a few key political points as we go along. Now, here's a CNN analyst, all right? This is this chap, Harry Enton, talking about Donald Trump as the most influential president in the new century. Take a listen to this, Newt.
I can't think of a more influential president during this century, and it starts here with tariffs. He said he was going to raise tariffs, and despite the claims otherwise, he is in fact doing that. Trump, at least in my mind, is the most influential president, certainly this century, and probably dating a good back chunk into the 20th century as well.
All right, there you have it. You know, good for him. Now, this is interesting. Trump promised tariffs and they delivered tariffs. I think tariffs are underrated. People are happy. Remember, Trump rang the bell on the China trade threat. Tariffs are a way to protect that. That was in the first term. That was actually before the first term. Tariffs are protecting the American economy from unfair trading practices. I think people like that. Also new, let me add, the border, huge issue in the last election. The Democrats were totally wrong on that. They still are. And also new.
Hey guys, I just have to show you. I just have to show you again how powerful this is. All this stuff just got updated today. Stock market is booming, guys. Trump hits India with a 25% tariff over Russia oil prices. We do a lot of money. We do a lot of trading with India. So that means we're going to be bringing in a ton more revenue from them. But what I love, guys, is again, too, Trump only hit India with tariffs because they're funding the Russia-Ukraine war. Buy from the United States is what Trump has told them. Stop buying from Russia. Buy from us. We will make sure that you get what you need. But until then, you're getting a 25% tariff. Like, tell me in the chat, do you approve of this? This, to me, is, again, using the leverage and the power of the United States of America to make sure that we keep the world at peace. And how do you do it? You do it through money. It's always about the dang money. Follow the money. So now that this is hit, guys, we are seeing now that Trump said, and he literally came out. Oh my goodness, stop. This screen won't stop. He literally came out and said that anybody that's trying to be involved with any unnecessary wars, you will be hit with higher tariffs. If you are wanting to engage in a war, we will hit you with more tariffs. We're not going to deal with that. He said, we want safe. We want the dying to stop. We want the killing to stop. We want to keep everybody, whether you're American or not, safe. But we will use our leverage with our money to exercise and show everybody in the world how Trump does business. Let me know if you approve.
The Democrats embraced woke, men and women's basketball teams, DEI, anti-Semitism. They're all for everything. Chuck Schumer can say what he wants, but here's this chap, Harry Enton from CNN, showing you the real numbers, how bad the party situation is. What do you think about this? Why is Schumer missing everything, and why is Trump getting everything right?
Well, look, I mean, Schumer's terrified that AOC is going to run against him in the primary next year, and he knows that if she does, she'll almost certainly beat him. So he is basically walking a tightrope. He's been around long enough, he's known Trump personally long enough, that he knows what he's saying is nonsense. But his caucus is now so far to the left that he has almost no choice except to repeat these things. Something happened to the Democratic Party really after Bill Clinton. Clinton was the last person who was sort of a semi-moderate, and it's gone steadily to the left. Obama really captured it. Biden was basically Obama's third term. And when you look around, Mondami is a potential mayor of New York with government-run grocery stores. The Democratic candidate for mayor in Minneapolis is even more radical than Mondami. There's an emerging socialist wing of the Democratic Party, and it's the most militant, most aggressive, and best organized part of that party. All of this cripples them from dealing with reality. So in order to appease their base, they adopt things like stopping the president from getting the people he needs in office and trying to talk about an amazing economic development, an amazing border development, and America having returned once again to being the most dynamic country in the world.
Trump. And I want to show you this real quick because, again, too, Marjorie Taylor Greene just came out and said this. And you're already seeing on the screen already that the Democrats will never fail to not try to extort billions of dollars for their personal pet projects just to confirm judges. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. You're telling me that so Trump has to buy his judge nominees. That's literally what you're seeing on the screen now. And that's why Trump called them extortionists. It's also why Marjorie Taylor Greene, we showed you yesterday, came out and said, hey, they're going to do a continuing resolution in September. It's going to be the same spending bill. No appropriations have been passed. $2 trillion deficits. There, everybody's on vacation. And instead of being back in Washington and doing their dang job to fix all this stuff, everybody just wants to go home. And then, guess what? We just keep getting more into debt. So Marjorie Taylor Greene came out yesterday and says she's not aligned with the Republican Party as is. And that's where the American Party by Elon Musk is coming into the picture. But this right here is that time and time again, we continue to see that they never fail to try to take more of Americans' money for pet projects. And all the dang projects that Chuck Schumer wanted were overseas. It wasn't here for the United States. It wasn't to help people here in the U.S. It was to give more money in foreign aid. Why do they always want to give it overseas? Because there's no accountability. There's no audits. And people are getting paid.
He is far and away the most powerful president in the 21st century, and frankly, in terms of shaping American politics and government.
So I've got one more. It's very interesting. From this CNN analyst, who's really an honest guy. Take a listen to this one.
At this particular point, the Democratic brand is in the basement. It is total and complete garbage in the mind of the American public.
Garbage, Newt. I mean, that's really something. I'm surprised this guy's still alive at CNN, but good for him. I give him a lot of credit. He's got a lot of energy. Some folks here know him. We talked about this morning on Outnumbered, the same thing, so I wanted to raise it with you. I mean, he says garbage. They use garbage, and I think the Democratic approval in that poll is 18%. Now, again, the Democrats are on the wrong side of every issue, but they keep criticizing Trump on every issue. And my other point, just a small point, you mentioned it at before. With Bill Clinton, Clinton was a centrist who kind of spanned, left of center, right of center. He was able to do that. I think President Trump has done the same thing. He's basically spanning what you call, 80% approvals. He's spanning left of center and right of center. And the far left of the Democrats don't get it. And Trump has become the centrist president, even though, he wants to undo Washington and its deep state. But he's the centrist guy, and the Democrats have been crowded out of politics.
Guys, don't you love that? Like, again, it's time and time again, Trump is for the American people, that's what I love, is that Americans are benefiting from his policies, Democrats and Republicans. If you appreciate this, guys, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, and if you're not subscribed, please consider joining our family. We want you here. We appreciate you so much. And we just want to say we want to continue to serve you every day with the top news. We are so thankful for all the blessings that have been given today. Remember, when you give a super chat or you are a member, this money goes to local charities on the 22nd of every single month. And guys, this past month, we donated $3,000 to a children's home. And I did it live on stream. And that's what I do because I want transparency. I want you to see that this channel is really giving back to local charities and we're making a difference. I want to give some special love to Robert Cash, T-Heavy Guy, for gifting 10 True Life News memberships. Carla Thomas, Fred Samuel, Nacho for gifting 5 True Life News memberships. Jim Barbado, show Jim some love in the chat. Demo G, Robert Cash, D. Adams, George Masalis, Jogo for gifting 5 True Life News memberships. Teresa Naylor for gifting 5 True Life News memberships. April Green, Carla Thomas, Denise Clark Custom Art, OG of the channel. Show some love to Denise. Thank you so much, proud U.S. Navy veteran, for the super chat. Said, God bless you all and God bless America. Love your Common Sense channel. I love it. Thank you so much for your support. Show proud U.S. Navy veterans some love in the chat. Thank them for a service. We thank all our veterans, guys, because that's what we're donating to this month. We go back and forth. 1 month, it's for the children. The next month, it's for our veterans, and we just want to continue to support those in need. Thank you for liking and sharing our videos. We love and appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.